welcome to the Upkeep for Monday, January 30th, 2023.
That's right. It's all of the magic news you need in 10 minutes or less.
And of course, the big story this week is Phyrexia All Will Be One is coming to your local game store for the pre-release this weekend.
That's right. To go out there to your local game store and get your hands on Phyrexia All Will Be One for the very first time. It's going to be so exciting. The full release happens on February 10th. There's also an early access streamer event on the 2nd starting at 10 a.m. Pacific, and then the full Arena and Magic Online release is on February 7th.
You can buy the 3 pre-order bundles up until that point. Yeah, there's 3 this time.
Yeah.
Not 2. So they've changed that up. Go check it out in your Arena store if you haven't already, and that kind of thing is your jam. Speaking of Arena, they've got a bunch of different events to help kick off the release of Phyrexia All Will Be One.
There's a lot of them happening all the way from the 7th through the 28th. There's Welcome to Phyrexia, completely outmatched, February 7th through 13th, where you can choose from 5 historic brawl decks, each commanded by a foe from New Phyrexia, and battle it out for borderless Planeswalker manga card styles. There's 10 of them in all.
Then beginning on February 13th, it's the Welcome to Phyrexia Festival. That's going to be a series of singleton events focused on each of Phyrexia's layers, because I don't know if you saw this in the world building video, Phyrexia is just a planet of layers, much like a brownie.
An onion.
Or an onion.
What brownie are you eating that has layers?
A 7-layer brownie.
That's a 7-layer bar. A 7-layer brownie?
Well,
You're trying to rebrand the 7-layer bar?
The part of it's a brownie though, right? One of the layers.
There's no part of a 7-layer bar that's brownie.
Okay, look up the layers of a 7-layer bar,
gosh.
please.
You keep reading.
Okay, well, yes, that's a Welcome to New Phyrexia Festival focused on each of Phyrexia's layers, with each event featuring a unique emblem that's a special kind of power you get throughout the game. So, February 13th through the 16th is the Autonomous Furnace, which is horrifying.
Yes.
Then there's the Hunter Maze, the Surgical Bay, okay, that's also scary, the Dross Pits, and the final one is February 25th through the 28th, which is the Fair Basilica. And if you want details about what each of these emblems do, their special powers, you can find that on dailymtg.com. Each event earns you Ichor card styles. There's 5 possible styles in each event. With 5 different events, that means there's a total of 25 Ichor card styles in all.
Wow, scandal. I can only find 6 layers.
Impossible. It is a 7-layer bar. It's not a 6-layer bar.
It's a 7-layer bar, but listen. Okay, it's the graham cracker crust thing on the bottom.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yes, and then there's chocolate chips,
Okay.
butterscotch chips, coconut,
Yep.
chopped nuts, sweetened condensed milk. And all the recipes that I have found have only those 6.
The 7th layer is your mouth. That's like really... That's freaking me out, honestly.
There's legitimately, I looked at multiple recipes because I'm like, this one just forgot one. No, I can only find recipes with 6 layers.
Like, I'm not losing my mind. It's called a 7-layer bar.
It is. They all call them a 7-layer bar.
Okay, that's weird.
All right. So anyways,
there's those events.
scandal.
There's also the qualifier play-in this month. It happens on February 18th and 19th, and that is Phyrexia All Will Be One Phantom Sealed.
Ooh, very cool.
If you want to play the best of 1. The best of 3 is on February 24th, the day before the event itself, and that's also, of course, Phyrexia All Will Be One Phantom Sealed.
The Arena Open is coming March 4th through 5th. Day 1, March 4th, is Phyrexia All Will Be One Sealed, best of 1 and best of 3 options.
Yes, let's go.
And then day 2, March 5th, is Phyrexia All Will Be One Player Draft. So really, really cool.
I'm so excited. Yeah, the last Arena Open was limited, and now this next one is limited. Big thumbs up. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for fulfilling our limited dreams. P.S. There's a flashback draft that's starting tomorrow, running through February 7th, and it's Neon Dynasty.
Ooh, get in there for that flashback draft for sure. There's a big winter Secret Lair Superdrop that's just arrived. A ton of new Secret Lairs. There's Showcase All Will Be One Step and Complete Edition. These are the Step and Complete foil Ichor treatments that have like the cool Phyrexian mana symbol on them.
The Pokemon foiling, as I like to say.
Yes. Phyrexian Unlife, Phyrexian Crusader, Plague Engineer, Urtai the Corrupted, and Glissa the Traitor.
Beautiful.
Really cool.
There's also Phyrexian Faves, and this features Blighted Agent, Kirk, son of Yawgmoth, Glistener Elf, Batterskull, and Inkmoth Nexus, all in complete Phyrexian language.
Oh, Very, very cool. But my favorite one, I think, of this super drop is Draw Your Hand.
Oh, I love those ones.
These are hand-drawn and written cards by artist Rope Arrow. There's Eldrazi Conscription, Deafening Silence, Counterbalance, and Bruna, Light of Alabaster. And they're a little bit reminiscent of like the the concert poster ones.
Yeah, I have those ones.
They are really, really cool.
I love the Bruna.
So good.
Like, I don't play her in anything, but I'm like, should I have a new commander now?
Ugh.
Should I make a commander deck because of this card?
Like, this Counterbalance is just like some creepy little culty demon speaking a weird little
I love him.
Like symbol language.
He's speaking in wingdings.
He's so cute.
Next up is snakes. And yes, there are a lot of S's. That's why I said it like that. I'm not just being weird.
Yep. It's just snacks.
It's just snacks.
It's just snacks with art by Boneface, Crom, Niark One, Crocodile Jackson, and Lanes.
Why aren't we artists with cool names?
I know. Honestly, really making me rethink my whole approach to this. There's Hex Drinker, Lotus Cobra, Sashiro the Anointed, Icefang Quaddle, and Stonecoil Serpent. I just love the little Lotus Cobra who's doing some gardening.
It's really cute.
It's a little cobra gardening a little lotus. So cute.
Amazing. The next one is my personal favorite.
Also very good.
The 90s binder experience.
Because you can't say Lisa Frank.
Apparently not.
Lisa Frank art. We're just going to call it
That's
what it is.
That's what it is.
By artist Paul Mafayan. There's Alms Collector, Crested Sunmare, Goreclaw, Terror of Kalsisma, Rin and Seri Inseparable, and Exotic Orchard.
Just beautiful.
They're so good.
Live my neon dreams.
This Crested Sunmare has, of course, the obligatory dolphin in the background jumping out of the ocean.
Yep.
Because it's not the 90s Trapper Keeper experience without a dolphin jumping out of an ocean.
You need it.
It's so good.
Next up is City Styles. These are more outfit-centric art by Sunbari.
Oh, these are so cool.
Gorgeous.
They're really, really pretty. There's Sakashima the Imposter, Massacre Girl, Azusa Lost But Seeking, Teysa Karlov, and Paradise Mantle. And their outfits are great. Their outfits are
really,
a lot of fun.
This Azusa is gorgeous.
So pretty.
And finally, there's Artist Series Sam Burley.
Yeah, so this is Braid of Fire, Koth of the Hammer, Master of the Wild Hunt, and Karthus, Tyrant of Jund. Sam Burley has been making Magic art for 11 years since Avacyn Restored.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then if you want it all, you can get the Prophets Predicted This non-foil, foil, and everything bundles.
That's just the name of the bundle. It confused me at first. So I wanted to tell you that when you go to the Secret Lair page and you're like, what is this? That's what it is.
Now, if you're a Commander fan, the Commander Rules Committee came out with its quarterly report and says no changes.
They say, quote, we aren't seeing anything that's currently threatening our goals for the Commander experience.
And that some folks have been asking about the number of poison counters in the wake of Phyrexia All Be One. They say they'll be keeping an eye out, but at the moment they don't see a need to raise it.
Yes, they say that they're also keeping their eye on Elish Norn and Dockside Extortionist. The next update is April 10th with March of the Machine.
So remember when we talked about Dungeons & Dragons? We don't talk about it a lot on this podcast, obviously.
No, but this was big enough.
Big news. Everyone's asking us about it. So we have an update for you now. Turns out that when enough people get together and say, no, we don't think so, companies will listen.
Yes, so Wizards has walked back the D&D OGL changes. They say that they will not be implementing any changes or adding new conditions to the OGL 1.0A. That's the gaming license that has covered D&D since 2000.
Nor will they be releasing a new version of this license, so they're just walking it back. It's just that one.
Yep, they say that they're also making the entire SRD 5.1 available under a Creative Commons license, so you can choose which one you prefer.
Some news from Hasbro now. Bad news. They're going to lay off 1,000 workers. That's 15% of their workforce.
Magic continues to be the golden goose of Hasbro.
Seriously.
Wizards revenue grew 3% to $1.33 billion in 2022, while Hasbro revenue fell 9%.
In quarter 4 of last year, Wizards revenue was $339 million, up 22% year over year.
Absolutely absurd.
Magic is killing it.
Yes. Hasbro's COO, however, is stepping down, and Hasbro didn't release any details about what divisions would be impacted by the layoffs. We'll likely learn more about that when Hasbro delivers its official quarter 4 and 2022 financial information on February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day.
Now some news about RCQ, Regional Championship Qualifiers. If you've been playing in those, they're all now going to be the same constructed format everywhere that they're happening, plus limited.
Yes, so Play MTG tweeted, thanks to your feedback, the upcoming RCQ seasons will have a single seasonal format plus limited to lower the player barrier to entry. More details to come during the February 7th weekly MTG.
When asked why did they want to make this change, Wizards said, quote, players tended to play in a single format for each season, even if they wanted to play in more events, because multiple formats were too much to keep up with.
So the first season is Pioneer plus limited.
Ooh, okay. And finally, some updates to the news we talked about on the MOCs a couple of episodes ago. The champion of this most recent MOCs, Bart Van Etten, has admitted openly to cheating in an earlier tournament.
So he won $20,000 and a World Championship invite when he won the MOCs the other weekend. And we should note that it would be very difficult to cheat in the MOCs since it's run on Magic Online because they are broadcast on delay but recorded live with video and audio.
Yeah, so the cheat we're talking about is not that, of course. It is a tournament that happened about 5 years earlier, and it involves Van Etten deliberately putting a card on top of his library during shuffling and not presenting his deck for his opponent to cut, and it's all caught on video, so it's pretty obvious.
Yes, this was all, of course, brought up again when he won the MOCs and was mocked on Twitter for his earlier cheating. After a couple of days, he did post a response to the allegations.
Yeah, he basically admitted it, said he was sorry. A lot of people said, hey, that's not enough. Like, you essentially stole from people by cheating. Then he posted another reply where he said, yes, I actually did it multiple times.
Wow.
And I feel really bad about it. I was in a bad place in my life. I've since gone to therapy and I'm trying to be a better person. And this is my first step in admitting it. A lot of people are saying, well, hey, you need to kind of make reparations and something like that. So we'll see what happens from here. But, you know, good on him for admitting it and owning up to his mistakes from the past and hopefully moving forward, being a player who doesn't do that anymore.
Whew, big news week over here.
Huge news week. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us here for this episode of The Upkeep. You can join us for our Phyrexia All Be One Rules show with Judge Rob this Tuesday.
Yes, and if you want to know more about the conspiracy of what is the seventh layer, please let us know in the comments below what you believe the seventh layer in a 7-layer bar is.
Yes, please support us over on patreon.com/GLHFmagic and ship all of your 7-layer bars, or 6, you know. We'll even take 5 over here to GLHF Studios.
What is the seventh layer?